There's a lot of uncertainty as to where this might go, but my hunch, or my hypothesis, if you like, is that it will probably lead to some tentative steps towards a kind of what can be described as a ceasefire process that might lead into more substantive negotiations around a more enduring peace agreement. Uh, and that's where all this talk about land swaps and things like that is probably is coming in. But it's all based on, I guess, the read of the situation. But it does seem to me that the United States has an interest in ending the war. In fact, all the main parties to the war, United States, Europe, Britain, who I count separately from Europe, and Ukraine and Russia, all have an interest in ending the war. But the thing is, their objectives about ending the war are quite different. And I think the United States at this point really wants to end the war in a way that minimizes political embarrassment for them, and minimizes sort of ongoing sort of exposure in the war. I think there's probably a recognition of all these sort of military facts on the ground, or growing recognition of all these military facts on the ground, and also a recognition of just the insecurity of the Ukrainian government. So, I mean, there's serious talk within Ukraine about a potential collapse. There's serious talk that if Zelensky makes, like a bad deal, so to speak, from the perception of some people, there could be riots, there could be, attempts to do Zelensky in internally, or, so there's a real kind of breakdown of authority. And at the moment, because Ukraine is an open air prison with martial law, if the if the if the war's put on pause, the authority of that government is also going to collapse. The authority of people who are, dragging people off the street, who are, stopping people leaving the country, all that sort of stuff is also going to collapse. So it could become an extremely unstable, unmanageable situation very quickly.